Hello Aries, welcome to your reading for the period covering June 18th through July the 2nd, 2024. We're already getting into July. This is a reading for you if you are Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, or have another significant Aries placement in your chart. This is a full horoscope spread that I'm going to do, and people who follow this channel regularly, I'm going to do this a little bit differently today. We're still going to use the same type of spread, but my approach to it is going to be just slightly different today. I wanted to say welcome to anybody who's new visiting this channel. Welcome back to those of you who are returning. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you do want to keep getting these videos. I do these, and I'm still doing my morning coffee with Breege, and I will be adding some other content as well to this channel. So if you want to be notified about all the new content, please hit the notification bell and subscribe, and then you will not miss any content. I also have links in the description below to my website, my social media, and other such things if they interest you. Okay, so what we're actually going to do today is I'm going to do the usual reading. Sometimes I try to do different things to save time, because sometimes people tell me, hey, we like your readings, but they're really long. So I'm going to try to I'm not sure if this is going to be more efficient or not, but, and oftentimes I will lay all the cards out in advance just to be efficient. But this time I think what I'm going to be doing is just looking at, I'm going to start by looking at the cartouche spread and looking at it as holistically, and then I'm going to start drawing cards as we go along to clarify. So the decks that we're using this week, Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche, which I always use, and our other deck is called the Tree of Life Tarot. Okay, this is more of a Kabbalistic style tarot for those of you familiar with Kabbalah. Okay, so let's get started right away. The first thing I want to look at here is I'm looking at these houses. Now, somebody Aries, okay, some of you, I don't know if there's a friendship over here that's actually going to become a love relationship. There's that catches my eye right away, mainly because we have Ankh here. And although it seems like with water over here in the 7th house, there could be, I don't know, it feels like there's movement and change. Maybe there's been more feeling lately. I don't know if there's somebody who you have, if you're single, if you're somebody that you have been having very strong feelings about lately. And I feel like this is somebody who you consider a friend or is in your network somehow. I feel like there's also, some of you may actually be taking some time to learn about things. And I don't know why, because Aries, there's a lot of people who are Aries who have like a lot of different kinds of interests, right? But the Aries that I tend to know, and I'm a little bit Aries myself, I'm an Aries cusp, is very, I don't know, I feel like they can be, they're close to Taurus, they have almost some of the practicality of Taurus. Of course, some of them are very close to Pisces as well. And there's a lot of Piscean energy in this particular reading. But I feel like some of you, I'm seeing Uranus in the 9th house, and that says to me that some of you might actually be interested in learning about more esoteric matters. And you've also got this Nephthys in the 8th house. So when I see all of those things together, I don't know. I feel like some of you may be taking up a course of learning or learning about something that maybe, and I feel like it's something you're keeping a secret from other people too. Uranus here also can indicate something of a legal nature that maybe you're keeping secret from people, but I don't know why. The first thing that jumped into my head when I looked at it was somebody is taking time to learn about something a little more esoteric. And I feel like whoever that specific message might be for might be somebody who is normally perhaps very practical and down to earth, maybe somebody who is not inclined to be interested in that kind of thing. That's what really jumps out at me here. I do feel like you are making some definite changes to your career here. We have Buckle of Isis in the 10th house, so I feel like you are working very, very hard at something, and whatever that is you're working on, it's going to yield a really great result, because Buckle of Isis always indicates it's like growth with a sacrifice. And also, if there have been any health issues or worries, this is great because you have winged disc over here. So this definitely is, this is the sun disc shining on everything, so I feel like there's going to be clarity about certain situations, perhaps that you have been concerned about. And also, if there have been health issues, I do feel like these are going to be overcome, because wing disc basically brings success to whatever area that it is in. Okay, now some of you, okay, I'm seeing a lot of friendly communication here, but I also feel like you're, Anubis is kind of the energy. Okay, this could be a trip or a movement. That is possible for some of you. But I can't help but feeling like for some of you, like maybe you've been barricading yourself in your house. Maybe barricading is an overstatement. But Anubis is about maintaining boundaries. And this is boundaries connected to the home and maybe the family. Maybe that's where you feel safe and where you feel protected is at home. So there's definitely a sense here of you, I don't know, there's a lot of healing. You've got Thoth in the first house, which suggests to me that there has been, Thoth has a very strong karmic kind of a vibe to it. And it does have a lot to do with spiritual healing. So for it to show up in the first house, this suggests some aspect of your identity or who you are that's been wounded is now somehow in a healing stage. So I feel like you are actually, you're in the process of healing, but perhaps right now you've been a little bit in retreat at home. And then, yeah, with Nephthys in the 8th house, this is definitely, this is somebody who's not really making themselves obvious. This also can refer to changes and transformations that have not happened quite yet. So I feel like you are waiting for something to happen. Like you're waiting for something, I'm hearing you're waiting for something to be finished, waiting for something to be finished. So yeah, so I don't know what that's going to mean to you in particular. There could be some, again, Horus is showing up in the house of money. So, okay, this could be a creative project or venture that's going to yield money. This might also have to do with family, money connected to family issues, because Horus is very strongly family orientated. And Horus also, though, with air sitting right next to it, I feel like, I don't know, some of you might actually be, maybe that's why I'm seeing Urias here. Some of you might actually be spending money on something that is going to facilitate some kind of healing. And with Thoth where it is, I feel like this might be emotional healing of some kind. Like maybe, like some of you I feel like are very, I mean, I think basically you're, you know, you're good communicators, you're friendly, you've got a good head on your shoulders, you know how to succeed, you know how to overcome problems. And, you know, air here is definitely about a lot of communications and messages that are going back and forth. Can indicate fast movement, especially if you own your own business or something like that. But there's definitely this strong communication vibe here, but you've got it with all of this stuff that is more, that has more to do with well, let's just say what I would consider to be more unconscious or a little bit more esoteric in its vibe. So you may be, at the most basic level, that might be just wanting to go more deeply into understanding things. Okay, perhaps you are going to, if you feel like you are going through emotional healings, and again, the reason I suggest the wound here is because right now, Chiron, which is, I've always thought of as an asteroid. I just read somewhere the other day, it's actually a comet, but I've heard both asteroid and comet, so whatever Chiron is, it stays a long time in a particular sign. And right now it's in Aries. So when I think of the wound, now you are in your individual chart, your wound might be in a different sign, in a different place, depending on where you were born, what time you were born and so forth. But Thoth here suggests, I feel like somehow you are exploring whatever your wound is, whatever it is with your identity, whatever it is that you feel that for whatever reason needs to be healed. You might feel it needs to be fixed, whether I'm always, well, I have if you follow my videos on coaching practice, I don't necessarily think that people need to be fixed, but sometimes we think we need to be fixed. And so yeah, so there's this kind of energy of Thoth, yeah, there's definitely this healing going on, and the fact that I'm seeing this healing energy bleeding into money makes me think that you might be spending money on it. So you could be seeing a therapist, you could be going, getting some kind of alternate therapy, or maybe you're spending money on a particular thing that's more medical in nature, but I don't know why I feel like this is more emotional in nature rather than something physical. Whatever it is, I mean, there definitely seems to be a promise of success here. And yeah, I mean, I feel like you're very, very fired up right now about something. Well, I think that's just part of your nature anyway. But maybe you've been sublimating or not showing people a lot of that with fire over here. And it does make me wonder if, I don't know, if there's something that you could either be very angry about it, you could be very passionate. Maybe it's this person, if you've got someone who's a friend and that you maybe want to have a love relationship with, and it certainly does look like this could happen. Then this may be saying that there's a passion there that you're hiding from that person, okay? That maybe you're not, you're kind of, you're acting more, what you're showing is more this air energy, friendly but detached, that kind of a thing. We have Osiris overall, which does indicate that you are, it's interesting. Osiris has to do, he's basically the king of the underworld, but he's also, this particular image is associated with stability. Just as we think about time, I literally was listening to a talk on this the other day. This I think it's pronounced jet, this stylized tree, it kind of represents the continuity of things. The what we think of as the permanence of things, whereas there's other symbols that actually have to do more with cycles or rotation. So there's definitely a strong sense of stability and continuity right now, and there's no negatives here. This is just you making decisions about things, and I feel like you are dedicating a lot of energy to healing. Okay, and this means that you're probably going more deeply into things than maybe you normally would. Okay, I think you may be looking into things. Urias here is a little bit more esoteric, but again. Urias, Nephthys, the fact that fire is in the 12th house. I mean, I don't feel like this is something that you're sharing necessarily with other people. People might be able to see that you're healing in some way, but there's something here that you're not showing to people. You definitely have these boundaries up still, and you're still protecting yourself. Vulnerable is the word I have here. You might feel a little vulnerable. Let's clarify this reading a little bit. So let's start with the first house here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the first house, we have the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is about letting go of the past and moving into a space that is actually happy for you. Now, 9 of Cups is really about being happy in yourself. So I think this is more about you learning to like yourself. I feel like there's been past attitudes and past things that have happened that have made you, even though I think you're a very motivated person, Aries, I feel like you talk yourself down a lot of the time. With some things, maybe you would have to, being that it's the first house, maybe it's your appearance or something. Maybe you feel that you aren't, I'm not that great looking of a person or whatever, I don't like this about me. I don't like that. And I feel like there's some kind of an energy here that's looking to move you past that right now, that you're looking to, you're looking more deeply into things that would help you establish yourself more solidly. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles in the second house. So Queen of Pentacles, yeah, okay, so this is Taurus energy. Now whether or not this is a person who's helping you, sometimes Queen of Pentacles could be, there's a strong motherly energy in the sense that this is someone who provides comfort and security. So this could very well connect to a family member, but this is in the financial sector. So I don't know if there's someone in your family who's helping provide financial security, or as I said, if you're spending money on something to do with healing, and I don't know, maybe this is your person here, somebody, whether male or female. I mean, this Queen of Pentacles definitely suggests somebody who's kind of practical, down to earth, and also who might be, who just is somebody who might make you feel solid and secure. Okay. In whatever it is, like if you're kind of going out into Piscean territory here, which is a little bit more ungrounded, then this is somebody who may make you feel grounded. In general, it's also just a good financial omen as well. Okay, and our third house, okay, that's interesting. We have the 5 of Swords with the 3 of Swords. Okay, so, no, I'm sorry, 6 of Swords with the 3 of Swords. The yellow color makes it hard to see on these cards. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's a separation from somebody. There's a distance between you and somebody else. There's definitely this sense of, and there seems to be a sorrow arising from that. I don't know why I feel that maybe this is maybe why you're looking to take action, because you are definitely an action person. There seems to be like maybe there's a desire to communicate with somebody, or maybe you are going to start communicating or talking about travel or something like that. I don't know. There's because Six of Swords here. This is a house of short distance travel, but this is a card more of travel across water, usually, like at some kind of a distance, trying to move away from anxiety about something. But yeah, very interesting. I feel like there's a need you're looking to communicate with somebody who you feel disconnected from right now. Okay, let's look at the fourth house here, what we've got for you. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. Yeah, this is about getting comfortable with your emotions, about being happy, being in your happy place, enjoying yourself. So it just seems like there's a lot of very strongly emotional stuff going on right now, and I think you might be being very protective of yourself. Okay, this kind of goes along with what I said. Okay, in the fifth house, we have the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords, in next to the Ankh. So you are, whatever's going on here, you are definitely keeping this a secret. I don't feel, if you are a single person, and again, if you're not single, I've always mentioned that the fifth house sometimes has to do with creativity, creative projects, maybe something that you're really passionate about and invested in that maybe you're keeping to yourself right now. But in general, I feel like you're kind of doing things more through inference or rumor or indirectly. The Princess of Swords means, there's information gathering, but it's very indirect. So I feel like you're doing something really behind the scenes here a lot, Aries. So yeah, that's interesting with regard to love. And like I said, there could be an alternate explanation there if we're dealing with, that's also the house of children, and it's the house of creativity in addition to love affairs. So I don't know, you can take that as it resonates. Woo. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the Priestess here in the this is in the sixth house. So yeah, the Priestess, this is about uncovering. Okay, the Priestess is about following intuition, uncovering somebody, and I feel like that might be connected to this Queen of Pentacles person, like somebody who's grounded, but somebody who also may be I don't know, I feel like this is coming up because maybe there's something where you've had to follow your intuition, where maybe something hasn't been direct, it hasn't been straightforward. So you may be seeking some clarity here with the winged disc, and I think you are going to get it. But this could be, like I said, this could be about a health matter, this could be about a work matter, because those are both connected to this house. But there's something here where you are looking to kind of, there's a lot here about looking to get information that's not obvious. And I think this is actually going to require, Aries, that you just have a direct conversation with somebody here. There's somebody who you feel may be separated from or isolated from, but you just need to have the conversation, is what I'm seeing here. There's no need to be mysterious about everything. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords in the seventh house here, which is the house of relationship, which is where water is. So we're seeing movement and change, but the Seven of Swords, this is a card of futility. So I think you may be looking at a situation. I think you've been sabotaging whatever this is. Okay, you've been sabotaging it and saying, oh, I don't know. Maybe if this person's at a distance from you, then maybe you're feeling like, oh, what's the use? This isn't going to work. I can't do this. And again, this could be about a marriage situation too. Maybe there's been an emotional situation where you feel like, somebody could be a sabotaging element here. So again, take that as it resonates. But I feel like there's definitely this partnership situation where somebody just keeps sabotaging it. And I think it has to do with this first house stuff, with somebody who there's something that you've needed to let go of. But the Seven of Swords, again, Seven of Swords and the Princess of Swords, this is about not being above board, not telling somebody something. And I feel like that, and then the Priestess, we've got 3 cards and then we're followed by 2 more cards of, I'm keeping this to myself kind of energy. So it's interesting. Let's see what else we've got here. Nephthys in the 7th and the 8th. Okay, yeah, the Hermit. This has been, and Nephthys is certainly about withdrawing. So when we have the Hermit energy here, this is definitely you taking time out to think about things. Okay, you are definitely taking some time out to kind of figure things out. Urias. Okay, this is interesting. 8 of Cups here. 8 of Cups with Urias. So this is about walking away from something that is definitely a part of your past. Maybe something that was part of your security, part of what you felt But there's an element of freedom with Urias. There's also an element of travel here. This could have to do with something happening at a distance. And what I'm hearing in my head is you know what? I think somebody's going to unexpectedly, that person who's far away, they may decide to walk away from what they have and say no. But I'm feeling that they're walking towards you. That's what I keep hearing. Like they're walking towards you. They're not, and Urias might indicate, there's definitely kind of an esoteric component again, stuff going on behind the scenes here, things that are not being said, that are not direct. But I feel like there's somebody who is willing to kind of walk, like, okay, I'm just going to say what I'm getting. Walking away from everything for you. Somebody willing to walk away from everything maybe they currently have for you. Which I just find really interesting here. And with Urias here, it just feels like but again, there seems to be a secrecy here that's going on, a two-sided secrecy here. I just feel like people are not really saying what they think here. Let's look at the 10th house here and see what comes up. It's kind of throwing a ton of cards at me, and I only want to get like a couple. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles here with the Buckle of Isis. So this is definitely a card of collaboration. It's suggesting that you're going to accomplish what you want. You're going to get certain work done, and you're going to get it done by working with others. I feel like this is a situation where you want to collaborate. You want to trust other people. I feel like I'm hearing like, you're not necessarily, like you know how to do it. You know how to do it right. And I feel like maybe you don't trust other people. But there's something that you are working towards. And I feel like this is a collaborative effort, not just something you're doing on your own. Okay, let's look at this friendship over here in the Aquarius house. Six of Cups. Okay, so the possibility for some of you is that this is somebody from your past. Okay, this could be a past person coming back, or maybe a childhood friend or something like that. The other possibility here is that there's a karmic tie to this person. This person is a soul connection. I feel like that might be more likely because I don't know why I'm not really feeling like this is somebody from your actual, if it's from a past, it's not from this particular incarnation. But there's some kind of a soul connection here with this person who right now I think is a friend. Okay, and it's the Six of Cups is the card of pleasure, and I feel like it's saying, there's something about this person I think does give you a lot of pleasure. Maybe it invokes some kind of childlike aspect in yourself, or they do, like your encounters or your relationships. Like it's taking you to a place that's like a happy place for you with this person. That's really interesting. They may or may not be a water sign. This is really Sun in Scorpio, but they don't actually have to be. The sign is, I don't necessarily think that the person is that, but it's take it as it resonates. Our 12th house here, we've got fire, and we ended up with two fire cards here. We have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So you've got a lot of 5 energy here. You got a 5 here. I thought there was a 5 here, but there's not. But there's another 5 here. And 5 energy shows that you are conflicted. And with the Nine of Wands, it's probably because you feel drained. Like you are keeping your strength up. It's like you're trying to push through to the finish line on something. And so I think you're kind of saying to yourself, I don't know, you're so very intensely involved with something else. This could be your career, it could be something else, but I feel like this is very much influencing you right now. Like you're afraid to, you're kind of taking a time out, you're thinking things through, you're protecting yourself a little bit right now, you're focused on healing, because I feel like right now you're not, I don't know, you're just, this Five of Wands energy is just, that you're struggling with something. And I think because it's in the 12th house, I don't feel like this is an external struggle with somebody else. It's possible that there could be somebody who's coming in and muddying the waters. So take that into account. Nine of Wands, though, is just like, that's the wound right there. Unconsciously, that's the wound, and you've been acting out of the wound. But I feel like you're getting ready to move away from that wound and to let it go. Let's go over the... Your overall here is the Two of Pentacles. So you've got Osiris. So you're stable, but you are doing a lot of things right now. You're keeping a lot of plates spinning. But I do feel like there's decisions that are coming up for you. But this is harmonious change. Whatever's coming into your life right now, Aries, that you've been thinking heavily about and maybe concerned about and keeping to yourself or whatever, it's all happening with the flow of what it's supposed to do. It's happening in its own time and in its own space here. So... so let's see. Let's pull a Gateway Oracle card for you for this week. It's going to be my special Oracle deck. Oh, and look at that. Your card is manifesting dreams. Okay. So that is really good news here. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, that jives with what I'm thinking when I see the Two of Pentacles. It's kind of like, yeah, everything's flowing in its proper time as it's supposed to. So whatever's coming towards you right now, I think you may be still acting from old wounds, but and I think you've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. You also may be assuming that somebody else is doing something behind the scenes. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna find out about something. If I love this person, I'm gonna find out they have another person or something like that. And I just feel like it's all mental energy that you're expending from the wound. It's not actually something that's going on. So it is time for you to manifest your dreams, Aries. I think this is a great time for you. Okay, another great reading for you. I do hope this was helpful. We're clocking in at just about 26 minutes, so that's a little less than the 40 minutes that sometimes happen with these. I hope it's helpful. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your June and early July. And I hope that all of this goes well. If there is some kind of situation, I do hope that it's working out for you. And if you're delving deeply into things, yeah, I think this is definitely a good time to do it. So have a great rest of your month, and we'll see you next time.